Hey there, Paul David Thompson here, full-time real estate investor. I no longer depend on a day job, and a question I get asked a lot is, where do you find the best deals? You're always doing some sort of deal. Where are you finding those? Well, there are some good places to find deals, but I'm going to show you the single best place to find deals, and it's not easy, but it is simple. And let's talk about some of the places where most people talk about getting deals. And these are all fine places to get deals. Well, the first place people usually look is the MLS, the multiple listing service. That's where properties are listed and an agent has represented a seller in order to try and sell their house. It's a fine place. You know that they are looking to sell their house, but they want the most for their house in most cases. Not always the best place to find deals, but it's an okay place to find deals. And another place to find deals is off market. And this is where real estate investors tend to play the most, or at least to play a lot, is off market. And what do I mean by off market? Well, it's not being listed by an agent. It's a seller who is either doing for sale by owner, or they just don't know they want to sell yet, or they just don't know how they're going to solve the problem they have with this unwanted house. That is what a lot of real estate investors tend to play in. And there's a lot of angles here. You can do direct mail, mail somebody directly, a yellow letter is what it's called, direct mail. You can do a thing called skip tracing to try and find people who have an unwanted house. You track them down using a skip tracing service. You try and track them down. Both good, reasonable ways to find deals. You can also look on Zillow, for sale by owner websites. What else? You can do bandit signs. It's a common way. They're called bandit signs because they are, in most cases, usually illegal. These are these corrugated signs. You see people put it on like telephone poles and stop signs and stuff. That's one way to do it. But is that the best way? It is not the best way. The single best way to find deals is to look into your own network. And so what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean is looking into your network of people. And especially if you've been following the advice that people tend to give, including me, is going to your local RIA, putting messages out on Facebook that you are looking to buy houses. This is the single best place to find deals, is the people that you already know and that they know that you are in the market of buying houses. And the best of all is somebody that you've bought a house from before. And you ask them the question that we say in the South, and it's, what else you got? What else you got? I'm going to see a seller tomorrow, and I know he has other properties. Once I get that property under contract and I understand the dynamics of what his circumstances are, I'm going to say, I'm really happy we're going to do business here, and then I'm going to say, what else you got? And then what that's doing is it's opening up the conversation to talking about the other properties that they might want to sell. Because once someone starts selling, they're usually in the stage of life where they need to sell or they want to sell and get rid of their other properties that are unwanted. Holding property does take work, and some people just get tired of it. And if you're in acquisition mode, then you want to take on their problem, and you want to get paid for their problem, so you got to buy it at the right price. So the catch here is that you have to follow up with people. And most people will just ask once and they forget. Go back to your existing network of people that you have out here. Send them Facebook messages, send them emails, send them letters, send them Christmas cards, send them a happy birthday thing on Facebook. Say, I'm always looking for property. Does anybody have anything that's out there for sale? I'm in the buying mode. And when you are in the buying mode, you might get leads. You might get leads that you can transform into deals. And that's what this business is all about, is continually to churn through leads, and the fortune is in the follow-up. The more you follow up and the more you say, hey, I'm looking to buy a property, hey, I'm looking to buy a property, almost to the point of being annoying, people will know that on top of mind, oh, well, Paul buys properties in his area. If I have this property and someone I know has a problem, maybe they can help out. So next time you talk to somebody, insert a conversation of them saying, I want to buy property. And do you know of anybody who might have a house for sale that I could buy? Or if you're buying apartments or you're buying mobile homes, tell people what you buy. And the best way to find deals is within your own network, because it's free. And people like to do business with people they like, know, and trust. You've already established trust with these people. Use that trust, use that capital, your networking capital, to your benefit. This is Paul David Thompson. I have a podcast called Ready Investor One. Give us a comment down below. How are you finding deals?